Maybe it's my computer. It's...
Okay. Hey, everybody good out? Hey, y'all. Everybody good?
Howdy.
Oh, yeah, you too. You turn the radios off and all that sort of cool stuff.
think I have
and
mine
see what's
unmuted.
going on. Oh, it's Friday. Hey, it's a Friday. What a Friday.
Thursday
It is
Eve.
almost Friday.
I mean, it's Friday Eve. Yeah.
We know it's Friday Eve, not Christmas Eve. Don't listen to the
I didn't say.
post lady. Just a few hours until a lot of the government offices will be without their top level people in charge. It's not that they are missing. They're just out of the office after noon on Fridays. And unreachable except in cases of dire emergencies. It's also the day that somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Washington, there will be all sorts of papers released. News releases containing the barest of facts dropped on the media. The media will descend on the offices where those papers were released and will predictably find no one at home who can comment. Check back next week, they'll say. Meanwhile, throughout the 24-hour news cycle, more misinformation and speculation will be reported, and the poor souls like us will be left in the dark. And the political shenanigans continue. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown, described as mean by some, cynical by others. In this corner, we have the mild-mannered Clark Kent by day, Superman when he's needed.
Man, Chris Marks. Yeah.
And the lady with more tools on her Batwoman tool belt than an electrician wondering where the electricity went is.
That's what I got? That's what I got as an intro?
Hey, we're superheroes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Batwoman.
Good morning. I'm Lee Barrows. I was just sitting back. Oh, wait. I can't wait to see what I get. You have to talk about my tool belt.
Well, I can't talk about anything else.
True. I've forbidden you over the next couple days.
How about me?
No.
I'm in mourning.
It's morning.
Yeah,
I'm
in mourning in the morning, and there were some mourning doves out there earlier today. They need to be careful because dove season started this past Monday.
Is that what all this shooting is about?
Maybe not, but
Okay.
maybe that's just a disguise. You know, some people might use the hunting season where doves are flying and people are missing a lot.
Oh.
God, for every bird shot, one of those little old things, even if you get, there's probably 15 shells that are unaccounted for.
You talk about birdshot. Yeah, that stuff sprays. Whew.
Yeah, it goes up there and it just, man, you know, as a kid, I used to dove hunt, but I started dove hunting when all the other people had the double barrel, or they had the pump action, 3 shells in it, 1 in the chamber, 2 in the magazine. Better not get caught with having more in the magazine than that. And then some people had the semi-automatic shotguns. I had a single barrel. That means you get 1 shot. You don't get a second shot at that bird unless you're really, really fast at reloading. So you take your time. I found out that at that time, I said, that's when I started learning how to really shoot.
What?
As I was up there and shooting with a single barrel, because I would wait and pick my target and not just shoot a bunch of random stuff up in the sky. And then when I did get a repeater, which the next gun that I got for Christmas was a 12 gauge Browning, which I still have. And that's when I actually learned how to shoot birds.
Browning.
Yeah. Because I had three shells in the gun, 2 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. Birds fly by, a bunch of them fly by. Okay, I picked 1. I still took my time. Boom. Pick another. Boom. I scored triples on many occasions.
Wow.
And the guys that I was hunting with, they said I had a rabbit foot buried somewhere and that I was wearing it.
Closest I came to shooting birds was that time I hit one with a golf ball.
What?
Yeah.
Did you have a license?
I got a birdie.
It's not exactly what that means, and I don't play golf.
I used to skeet shoot some.
That was awful, terrible, bad.
I don't know. That holding that shotgun up in the air and aiming up, I couldn't get into it. I did some skeet shooting for a while. Boy, it tore my shoulder up.
Is there a lot of meat on a dove?
Well, here's the way you do doves. Okay. I was taught years ago how to do that. You clean them, dress them out, skinny little thing that it is. You hope it's going to be kind of fat, plump.
Yeah.
You don't have a chance to pick them out from the flock as they go flying by, so you can't weigh them in advance. So you got to shoot first and dress them down later. But once you take the dressed out bird, everything's dressed, then you wrap it in bacon and put a toothpick in it, baste it, put it in the oven and season it, put it in the oven and bake it.
How many people does it feed?
It was delicious.
Okay.
You could eat. How many people did that one bird feed?
Yeah.
Oh, no. How many birds does it take to feed a person?
Oh, God.
No, I'd just rather go to Smithfield's and get the fried ones.
Fried doves?
Fried birds.
Oh.
Yard birds.
A Jacksonville woman, she decided she'd go over there to Lenore County. She got herself in a little bit of hot
She
water,
did,
facing
didn't
charges after police say they found drugs in her car during a Kinston traffic checkpoint. Those checkpoints are awful good.
Yes.
Yesterday, Kinston police say they were stationed this was the day before yesterday, at a traffic checkpoint on Highway 11 when a car driven by 36-year-old Courtney Adkins approached. Officers say they saw signs of narcotics. I don't know what those signs were, but they had enough to say, "Oh, okay, come on out. We got grounds to search your car." Y'all don't understand. Where's your search warrant? You don't have a search warrant. Well, we don't have to get one. If there are signs here and you're in a mobile device, by the time we could get a search warrant, you could have gone and disposed of said drugs, right? Or anything else.
Yeah.
So there's something called a search warrant by, I don't remember exactly what, accident search warrant, something like that. But anyway, because the likelihood is they would leave with the evidence, you can use your site and whatever as probable cause to go ahead and search said vehicle. Stands up in court. As long as you're able to articulate, because it's going to be a challenge, as long as you're able to articulate and provide enough information to a judge, before a judge who's going to be making a ruling, that yes, if I had presented that same amount of information in that form to a magistrate, he obviously would have given me a search warrant. That if you can present that kind of information, probable cause, to a judge, he will allow that evidence to be entered. Done. So that's the way the thing happened. Anyway, Ms. Atkins, they found methamphetamine, Percocet, marijuana. She's charged with 2 counts of possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, possession of Schedule VI controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Last I heard, she was in the jailhouse under $7,500 bond. Don't do dope. It makes one of you.
That's what you call riding dirty.
All right.
Riding
I'm going to
dirty.
mute you,
You go right ahead.
both of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go right
Or
ahead
you
because
just sit back and listen.
Chris and I are still wound up.
Here we go. I'm going to accept the blame for this one. Okay, it's all me. Y'all can remain blameless for my thoughts and words if you want. At some point in time, when the same person using a fake name demands her 5 minutes of time in front of one of this county's elected boards, while the members of that board are conducting business for more than 200,000 of us,
Good point.
with the same old personal opinion, that the commissioners take a moment for prayer to say the Pledge of Allegiance, offer a moment of silence for the loss of one person or another, or offering those who are in the audience a moment to introduce themselves to their neighbors. Who are you? And why do you think you're important? Because there's not another soul in that room or watching it on the boob tube that really cares about you. Not one person who's familiar with you cares about you. I hope you're listening. If not, I hope somebody who maybe knows you will listen. She's using a fake name. Quit it. That should be illegal. Try that with a cop along the road sometime. My name is Samantha Jones. Where's your ID? I don't care what you say. Where's your ID? Taking up our valuable time, extending the meeting to demand that the commissioners do what she wants. I propose that this person first produce a valid ID before she is given time for her next comment. And unless something other than outhouse waste comes forward, that she be instructed to sit down and remain quiet for the remainder of the meeting. Should she not follow those instructions, I suggest that the chairman request legal counsel to meet with the district attorney to see if a no trespassing statute could be used to keep her out of the chambers while the commissioners conduct our business. It's not their business. It's 213,000 people's business that they're conducting. You are nothing. You are nothing but taking up 5 minutes of every meeting to spout your rhetoric, also known as BS, Bravo Sierra, among other things. Sit down, shut up, or stay home. Talk to your TV. You're going to get more respect than you're going to get in that open meeting. And you're not going to be wasting my time. There's business to be done. And again, may I repeat, you are nothing. They've told you so. And not just at one meeting, by the way, and not at just one of our government pages, boards. And you're full of beans. No elected government official offered a prayer at the meeting this week of the county commissioners. There was not an elected official who did anything with the prayer. Have I said enough?
You've been very accurate and very succinct in what you've said. It's not offered, and nobody is asked to stand to do a moment of silence. Everybody sits. They're asked to stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I liked what Commissioner Foster said at the end when they were doing it. He was quoting from late Toby Keith.
Yeah.
Program that was on, and everybody has their right to their own opinion, but for her, I think you're right. Sit down
And shut up.
and quit ruining people's lives.
And wasting my time. 5 minutes twice a month. That's
Twice
10 minutes a month.
with the county commissioners.
That's 120 minutes a year.
And then the 5 she does it to the Board of Education.
Okay.
Yeah.
120 minutes. How long? Let's see. I did do the math right.
120 minutes.
10
2
minutes
hours.
per meeting. 10 minutes per month. If there are 2 meetings per month. 10 minutes times 12 is 120 minutes. 120 minutes of
2 hours.
freaking hours.
That's half a round of golf.
Okay. President Donald Trump fired a round across the bow of Venezuela's president, saying he's involved with the vicious and notorious Trinidad Aragua, known as TDA, a claim that is denied by President Nicolas Maduro during the allegations that Trump was making. Earlier this week, a boat that left a Venezuelan port was confronted by sailors aboard a U.S. Navy destroyer. There are 3 of those destroyers on drug missions operating in the Caribbean today. The crew of the vessel resisted the Navy's attempts to take that crew and vessel under its control. Well. 50 caliber machine gun fire. 50 caliber. That's a ½ inch in diameter going across that hunk of lead that weighs, I can't remember, 550 grains. Anyway, it's a big chunk of lead coming your way. 50 caliber machine gun fire from the destroyer left as many, they're counting, as 11 of the crew members dead. Stitched. Dope was found all over the boat, and Maduro, the all-powerful Venezuelan leader, he wants his people to believe the BS he's telling the rest of the world, that the attack on those patriots was unjustified, that he will not let that happen again. And without any doubt, there are things that are going to happen. And Maduro is not going to be a happy camper. Another thug in power, only because he controlled the military and had carried on the tradition of eliminating dissidents, competition, and keeping guns away from everyone who could end up becoming his enemy. That's how the man stays in power. Sounds like a few U.S. states with similar, though better dressed bureaucrats. That's what they would like to see, too. Is there anyone who believes the TDA and MS-13 and countless other like-minded groups are just choir boys? Boys who have to sell whatever they can so they can make enough money for lost souls to take care of their mamas, their wives, their children. Good for you. Continue believing that. Continue along that path and let me know one day when you wake up and find your friends, kids, maybe your own child or grandchild, the victim of a fentanyl overdose. Like so many others in this country, many who feel just like you do today, you'll be blaming the cops, the courts, the prisons, demanding that they do something. Too late. Bury your grandchild, your child, your friends. Mourn them. And then say, God, I wish I wasn't this stupid before. Please remember these days where it's okay to release criminals back on the streets, as you say, without even posting a bond. Many of those same souls will be selling dope to your kids one day while they're out of jail awaiting trial. That's going to be happening. I hope it doesn't happen to anybody that I know, but it will. It will. I've been around long enough to have lost people, lots of people at times, co-workers, some of them. What's wrong with this world? Why are we letting the minuscule small numbers of Maduras? We took out Bin Laden. It took 9 years to get him. It didn't because they had pictures of him every time he got on TV. I'm sorry. If you're posing for camera pictures, you're within range. Let me explain that to you.
Yeah.
Those guys are shooting a mile and a half away, some of them. The Brits have got, I think, the record at a mile and a half. Whoops. Wow. You'll never hear the shot. Your buddy standing beside you will just look at you fall over. He'll never hear the shot either. And then he falls over. And then the two shots will ring out for no one to hear. That's what happens.
And I'd be curious, and I'll do some research on this. When gangs, I guess, in theory, back in the 30s, they weren't really gangs; they were mobsters.
There were mobs. Well, there were gangs of street, what they call street urchins or street thugs or whatever, kind of like the Our Gang, the Little Rascals and whatever. But they weren't vicious, malicious individuals like the gangs we know of today are, who are killers. Some of them have a rite of passage. You've got to kill somebody.
That is your initiation.
Yeah.
That's your initiation.
That's what you've got to do.
Can you imagine that?
I've got to kill somebody, and I'm 13, 14 years old, and before I can join the gang, I got to kill somebody. Don't worry, they'll let you out of jail if they catch you by the time you're 18, because that's the law. No. We got to change that. We got to get at 14. If you've committed murder, that means with malice aforethought, planning in advance, a desire to kill, a need to kill. Then getting out of jail 2 or 3 years later, out of little baby's prison, is not going to have you cured. It's just going to have you indoctrinated and ready to rock and roll.
Well, I have got a news story from one of our listeners that just sent it in. And Rayford, this is going to make you cry. This is from one of our friends, Chris, another Chris. Blankenship. He's been on the show before.
Got a lot of them.
Another Chris.
We got some good Chris's out there.
But he sent me a video of a brand new $1 million luxury yacht that they no sooner put into the water, it floated back, tipped over, and sunk.
Yeah, it sank.
Yeah, it sunk. It plunged into the water off Turkey just 15 minutes after its maiden voyage, forcing panicked passengers and crew to leap overboard. I'm going to put the link in our comments this morning. It was the very first outing for the approximately 85-foot boat valued at $940,000 after being delivered to its new owner from Istanbul. Yeah.
That was on the
And
news last night.
you've got to watch the video. I mean, you're just sitting there going, what you think? 900.
You want me to write the headline for that in the paper if I was working at the paper?
Oh.
Somebody done something wrong.
Officials at the shipyard confirm the cause of the sinking remains under investigation, with technical inspections planned to determine what
It was top heavy and too much round on the bottom.
Somebody forgot to close a door or something.
No, it rolled over, and everybody was on one. You know how the fishing piers get during spot season? Everybody's on one side.
Well,
That's the reason that fishing pier sinks on that one side a little bit. The pilot sinks.
thank
a
you,
little bit every
Chris,
year.
for that video.
Holy
I'm
cow.
going to post it on our YouTube.
Well, I didn't want it done like
Facebook
that. They
today.
didn't build it the way I wanted to anyway. So let me give you another way to do this. Here's some changes I want made.
Yeah. If you're listening, you can click on the link. It'll come up on a different page, but you have got to
I just saw
watch
that.
this. I would be crying.
I would talk about
What?
you talk about money going down the drain.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. David Jones, how you doing?
I'm going to send it to you, Rafe. I'm going to forward it to you. You've got,
And
you'll
not remember
cry.
the monkeys, David Jones. I'm talking about David Jones that's down at the bottom of the sea. He's got a locker down there, though. David Jones locker. You've heard of that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. That's what
Wow.
Pirates of the Caribbean were going after.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jack
Oh, my.
Sparrow was going after Captain Jack.
Yeah. Oh, my buddy.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
okay.
you
Well,
don't.
woman doesn't.
No,
You just like one of them.
He's
You
my
like
favorite
that long,
pirate.
stringy, greasy locks that he's got.
It's Johnny Depp.
Okay, that's interesting that you just mentioned that. No,
Looks like mine half
no,
the time.
because there's somebody else with long. It's not greasy. It's water, water that they put on before they go out. But yeah, Roman Reigns. That's a wrestler, Roman Reigns.
A wrestler or a
Rat-
Wait a minute,
rat-
wait a minute,
wrestle-
Chris.
What is that?
I'm glad I've got a buddy here that enjoys watching the craziness
He
I
didn't
watch.
put his deodorant on. That's what he's saying.
No, he's saying he's number one. He's the OTC.
OTC.
Look, it's entertaining,
It's a, yeah.
especially when Roman comes out without a shirt.
Yeah. She loves Roman Reigns.
All greased up.
He's Samoan.
Oh yeah.
You know he's gay, right?
Yeah.
No, he's not. His wife just had another baby.
Yeah.
That's just,
They have like 5 or 6
but it's not
kids.
his.
And he'll
You stop it, Rayford. If anybody's out there and
he's
you're
gay.
WWE fans, call in and beat up Rayford.
He's gay. That's all. I mean,
my
it's all for
God.
show. That's all it is. How many gay people have you known that have carried, window dressing on the side when they go to a
Rayford,
party?
if you look
Of the
like him,
opposite
you'd
sex.
be sitting there right now doing the show without your shirt on.
No, and I get chilly. That and we don't want that to happen.
Wouldn't you, Chris?
okay. Yeah, but I can tell you, Leo will appreciate this. I know the people out there that don't watch wrestling or whatever don't care about this. But Lee, did you see the interview with Stephanie McMahon with him?
Yes.
And he says she slapped him so hard she kept slapping him that he actually busted his eardrum.
Yeah. We all know
Why did
Why
that
did she slap him?
it was part of the act.
Part of the act. Part of the
So
entertainment.
she cupped her hand over the ears and hit that.
A few
No, she
times.
slapped him
not-
upside the
that's-
head.
Well, and that's a really bad thing to be doing because you hit over here and the wax comes out the other ear. It's bad.
Speaking
I'll tell you that one later.
Speaking of wrestling, sometime later on this morning, is coming on.
Yes. He'll be calling in about 8 o'clock.
Good, okay.
Not that
Yes.
Chris is going to cover wrestling; he covers wrestling.
Yeah,
high
he does
school.
that.
But Chris knows about WWE. He wants to know, Rayford, are you interested in knowing what The Rock is cooking?
The what?
With
The
the
Rock.
Rock.
It's cooking.
The walk?
The Rock.
Can you
The Rock.
Rayford thinks
The
we've
Rock
gone in
is
crazy.
cooking.
You're either peanut on that. You're either peanut that my favorite
Jeff
ventriloquist has,
Jeff Dunham.
or you're over there in the Middle East celebrating something. Marine weather conditions were improving yesterday as high pressure weakened ahead of a cold front approaching from the Great Lakes. Looking okay today, but boating conditions could deteriorate again this weekend as a second stronger front moves across the waters. Offshore today, out to 20 nautical miles. Northeasterly winds around 5 knots, nice. Becoming southeasterly this afternoon, nice. Seas 2 to 4 feet, nice. Every 9 seconds, great. Sounds and rivers, flat, nice. Increasing to a light chop in the afternoon. Friday, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 knots. Becoming southerly in the afternoon. 2 to 3 footers, sounds and rivers a light chop. Saturday, southeasterly winds 5 to 10, seas 2 to 3 feet, sounds and rivers a light chop. It sounds good. It probably will be good, at least in the morning time. Keep your eye on possible changing conditions if you're offshore.
Absolutely.
And before you, make your plans for Saturday now if you want to. Take a look Saturday morning, bright and early, like at 4 o'clock, because I know we all like to get up at that time of morning, especially when we're going fishing. We do. We want to see the sun coming up as we cross the bar, going out to the ocean.
Oh, yes.
That's the time to go.
Yes.
And that way you get a chance to look for the birds, the Spanish birds, and all that sort of good stuff out there. But anyway, do pay attention to the last minute weather information. Mm-hmm. And if it happens to all of a sudden start blowing Friday night before you get up Saturday morning, just save your gas money and all that sort of good stuff and plan for another day. But you can look outside and see. We used to, as we crossed the bridges before we got to the bridges of Swansboro, headed for Harker's Island to go diving, we always looked for that one flag that was there. If it was drooping as we crossed that bridge before dawn, we were in heaven. We knew it was going to be a good morning. If that thing was standing straight out, we did turn around a couple of times to go back to Jacksonville. There's no need. Okay. Now, on the landlubber side.
On the landlubber side today, sunny with a high near 87. Calm wind becoming 5 to 7 miles per hour in the afternoon. Tonight, clear with a low around 66. Friday, sunny with a high near 90. Saturday, sunny with a high near 91. And Sunday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Partly sunny with a high near 85.
Okay, for my ham radio guys who have a meeting on Saturday. Do you remember that meeting, Lee?
Yeah, I heard there was one.
You're the HIT, the hit lady, right? Ham and training. And on 48 hours, 49, 50 hours, 52.
I may delay it a month. You keep on.
50 hours and about 30 minutes. You'll be taking that little exam. It'll be 35 questions. You'll be done in 15 minutes. Okay.
Today I'm going home and I'm writing 50 times. Henry equals capitans. Henry equals capacitance. Capacitance. See, I don't even know how to say the words, and you expect me to learn this. And Faraday is
a bunch of things you can't.
Yeah,
the wire.
I'm going to write it each one of those 50 times to get it. Because
you've heard of the Faraday cage. Sometimes people talk about it. That's what it means. You get inside one of those, nothing comes in.
Yeah, and nothing goes in. Last night, the first test I took, I flunked, but then every test after that, I passed. But see, I want to go in there without the fear of having that one test that I'm going to flunk.
Well, then take that before and during the meeting with yourself. Just go through one of the tests.
Freaked out.
During the meeting. You just do it yourself. You don't have to listen to the words that are going on. You can just take that test during the business section portion of the meeting, and then when we get through with that, you go take your test, and you'll be on your second test.
So just to make sure I'm clear, she's going to eat. Then y'all are going to have a meeting.
There's no food.
There's no food.
Oh, there's no food.
No, this one's going to be at the EOC, Emergency Operations Center, the brand new remodeled.
I was there.
Facility. We haven't been there.
Well, I had to go pick up a report about.
Okay. So anyway, we will be meeting there for all of you hams that are in the area, and you want to have a good time. Maybe you want to join a ham club. Maybe you just moved to the area from another area, as we've been talking to folks. Anyway, back to the weather. Whether you like it or not, Randy out there in Southwest. I could give all their call signs if you like, but anyway, he's in Southwest. He's generally on a go-kart. About 6 o'clock or before in the mornings, every morning, weekdays, and he's riding around with his doggy Boomer. So if you're out there in the Southwest area and you know where Randy lives, just wave as he goes by. He's got a ham radio built into his golf cart.
He
He
has
does.
the life.
He drives a neighborhood, and when he checks into the net, that's what he does. Anyway, it was 57 degrees there this morning. There's no chance. There was no rainfall anywhere in the reporting area. Joe down in the borough said it was 62 degrees in the borough, but he's was over at Emerald Isle at the time. He drives over there every morning, gets out and walks up and down the beach and goes to the fishing pier and looks around and doesn't take a fishing bowl. That's my problem, Joe. You need to learn to fish. And you need to learn to catch. Anybody can fish. And at Emerald Isle, it was 68 degrees, and they had a red sky coming up in the morning. So it's, just a light pinkish. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. On the water, it always is. Dale, president of our club, he's over in the River Bend area. That's going upriver from Jacksonville for a couple, 3 miles. And it was 60 degrees there. And at Onslow Bay, one of our new club members just moved here from up in Northern Virginia, Nova Land. And he said, boy, he likes the traffic here compared to up there. And he can.
It must really be bad up there.
And he lives in Onslow Bay, nice, quiet neighborhood. So he said, 89% relative humidity this morning, 61 degrees. We've got a new member, or gentleman who's checking in with us in the mornings now, said he's been listening for a while. Craig, he doesn't have his weather gear assembled yet, so he's going to be taking care of that. Studio, at the time we did this, it was 56 degrees here. Chilly, but nice.
I've got mine for the Woodlands.
And then, okay, I'll finish the studio. And now in the studio, it's 58 degrees. Temperature's climbing slowly. No wind. There will be some light breezes today, but that's about all. And you were living, where do you live?
The Woodlands.
The Woodlands.
That's the other half of Northwoods.
The other half of
the newer portion
New half.
towards down there.
Okay.
It's called the Woodlands. 61 degrees at my house and 90% humidity. You're showing 99. Wow.
It's usually under the trees back here for
it's all
whatever
that
reason. The moisture just
I
settles
think
there.
that's probably where I got the 0.01 in my rain gauge. Is just the moisture and humidity out.
It's dew that turned to water, right?
Yeah, it's just dew that's collecting.
All right, now we
Oh my
for you
gosh.
guys who keep looking at the National Hurricane Center, or for those poor souls that look at TV and say, "Oh my God, we're getting ready to get killed." No, we're not yet. We're all right. The chances are increasing every day, though. There's a disturbance in the Atlantic dubbed number 1. It's becoming more likely to have the distinction of depression attached to it soon. Weather guys at the National Hurricane Center say there's a 40% chance it will develop within 48 hours into something sort of a tropical system, a depression or a storm likely to be within the next 2 days. And there's an 80% chance of that happening by next week. The center of the mess, the best way to describe it right now is a mess, is several of the Cape Verde Islands. Those are the islands that are a couple of Africa. The area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms is meandering, generally westward at about 25 miles per hour. It will likely pick up some speed over the next couple of days and could reach the waters east of the Lesser Antilles by the middle of the next week. The Lesser Antilles, that little island chains that run down from the Virgin Islands, goes down that direction towards the Windward Islands down near South America. The Hurricane Center says the area where the storms are located conducive for further development. What does that mean for the United States? Nothing. Not yet. However, you should keep your eyes on the tropics, pay attention to this developing system, and just because of the time of year and where we live, this is the peak season that this area would normally find storms approaching us. Just because of where we live and the time of the year, take a look at your storm preparation plan. If you don't have one, perhaps you're new to this area, there are numerous sites online, legitimate, non-hyped sites with basic plans you can adapt to your own situation. If you go to a site that has a plan that says, first you need to get Kevlar and a helmet, no, move on. Go from there. They're on the radical crazy side. So just use some common sense and do it.
My prediction is, if it anywhere in the United States, it's going to be Miami. area.
That's as good as anyone else.
Yeah, you know.
You're going to be one of them spaghetti noodles that I'm going to.
Nah, just.
Hey, you ever thought about it? All those spaghetti models are produced by noodles.
Yeah. Chris, you listening? Anyway, quick update on wreaths across America.
Yes, please.
Wreaths honoring our fallen veterans. One, we've got a new group page called Wreaths Honoring Veterans.
Wreaths Honoring Veterans.
Right. It's a group page. Please join
Facebook
it.
Page?
Yes, Facebook page. And it's actually a friend of mine from way back when, 40 years ago. He does digital creations, and he's helping with that page. But
I need to talk to him.
We need to talk to him.
Okay. Jeff is very good at what he does. But we're at 1,113 wreaths. That's the good news. Bad news is we need 8,500
total.
Got to thank Live and Local Real Talk and the citizens of Onslow County. I'm just going to put it out like that.
Yeah,
the citizens
of
Onslow
County.
Live
and Local. We're just part of the team.
Just
consider us we reached this. Okay, guys. So
and have been for since the creation of this.
Now
last October.
Here's what you can do. You can go to this Facebook page. You can call Chris on the telephone, get your credit card ready, your debit Visa card, or whatever kind of card you got. Come by here and leave them some money. And here's the tab. Okay, $17 for one wreath. Okay, let me see. At probably most of the places where, unless you're a beer guzzling type of individual, most of the places you go to have dinner, you're going to spend that for a cocktail and the tip.
Yeah.
Okay. $17. Okay. For $34, you get 2 wreaths. But every wreath that you buy, is it every wreath or every 2 wreaths? Every wreath you buy, $5 is taken from that $17 and goes into a pile of money over here. And then at the end of the deal, that pile of money is used to buy additional wreaths.
Yes.
So you're getting a wreath for $12, and you're getting a part of another wreath for the other $5 that's going to come out of that and go towards another wreath.
Yeah. And for people that I mentioned this before, $44 is the average cost right now for a live balsam wreath.
Yeah, anywhere you go.
Anywhere you go. Last Friday, one of the committee members and I went out and we canvassed a lot of the businesses in Onslow County. And one of them, I got corrected, which was great, because I said the only cemetery out of the 4,900 throughout the United States, and there are some out in other countries, that is covered is Arlington National Cemetery. That's what I said. And I made a mistake because Wilmington, North Carolina. Yeah. Wilmington. Right. Now, they don't have a military base down there.
Nope.
No.
But
they're totally covered. All their veteran cemetery is totally covered. That is a non-military town. We are a military town, and we can't cover.
Well, Wilmington is, since I was born there, and then I lived there again and worked there for many years later on. Wilmington has a lot of veterans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dating back to the Revolutionary War, came from Wilmington, North Carolina. Okay. The Wilmington has fought. The people of Wilmington have fought in a lot of wars. They've died for this country in a lot of wars. Okay. It's amazing there. There's military history like you would not believe. Wilmington has had a Coast Guard cutter in his docks in his port there, home ported there for eons, it seems like.
Yeah.
I got to ride when they took one. They took it away there for a while. The Mendota was stationed on the waterfront for decades, it seemed like. The Coast Guard and its infinite wisdom, or DOD, or whoever, the Transportation Department back in the day, that was who controlled the Coast Guard. Transportation Department? Well, yeah, whatever. But they took the Mendota away. So Wilmington, the Coast Guard city, was left without a boat. And then through some diligent efforts of a local retired Coast Guard commander who had served aboard the Mendota, and he was the president of the Chamber of Commerce at the time and did a whole bunch of other stuff. He and a whole team petitioned, begged, pleaded, threatened, probably threatened a lot, knowing him, to get another one assigned there. So I got to go fly up to Washington, went over to a place called Curtis Bay, Maryland, when a ship that was stationed there was reassigned to the port of Wilmington. And I rode that boat back.
Did you really?
I did.
I bet that was
3
fun.
days. It was an icebreaker. The Cape Fear River will never freeze over. No, it's a duty station. Wherever it is, it just goes up into the North Atlantic. And I learned a lot because I knew a bit about the Coast Guard, of course, but I'd never been aboard an icebreaker.
Wow.
They got a round bottom, completely round, okay? That boat on a river or an ocean, if it's ever flat, that boat will sit there and roll all by its lonesome with the lightest of wakes from a 13-foot Boston whaler can go by and that boat will rock.
Wow.
It's designed that way. Why? Because it holds a lot of fuel. It's in 2 tanks, but only 1 tank is filled up. And that fuel rolls from side to side. They will plow into a chunk of ice.
Mm-hmm.
They back up and ram the ice. The icebreaker does. They ram it. And then they're stuck. But then they start shifting the fuel, pumping it from one side to the other. They set that boat up to rolling and wobbling, and it wobbles a bigger hole. Back it out, ram it again. That's tough duty, but it's interesting.
Well,
and it could stay in operation. It holds 400,000 gallons of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And you should see the trucks when they would come into downtown to fill that boat up, diesel fuel, truck after truck after truck after truck.
Well, I can see why Wilmington's all covered.
Yes,
but that leads me to my disappointment that we are a military town.
Where I was going.
And
if Wilmington can do it, we should do it twice as good.
Well, I guarantee you, Chris, though, just on a positive note, the next couple months are really going to bump up.
Oh, I'm feeling good about it. Which is
got a new shirt.
Well, it's actually an old, it was last year's design, but Kathy gets very disappointed about it because she works so hard.
Well, you both are busting your butts on this one.
Yes.
I had one business. I called back yesterday as a follow-up call, and they said it's being taken under consideration.
Oh, why? What's the big deal?
That's the same one I went to a couple years ago and got the same response.
Yeah.
Okay, for you guys who are getting ready to buy a car, you're out there going to buy a car. Make it part of part of the contract that the company, for every $5,000 your car costs that you're going to be buying a car from a Acme car dealership, put in there your contract for the value of that car. Let's say it happens to be $30,000, that you get 6 wreaths for it. That 6 wreaths go in the company's name that they pay for out of the money that you're giving them.
Yeah. It
6 weeks is how much? $34 for 2. It's $100. $100.
One business we went to, I said, well, you could, and if you did a row, it's $170.
Oh, good God.
Just one row of 10. It's going to come from their heart. That's what it comes down to. But the citizens have really, Chris Bird was on here. Yeah. I don't mention her. She was here on Monday. She has donated herself. I think she's up to 30 now. 30 wreaths.
With people like that around here, that's what counts.
That's what counts. But
while we're talking about that, and our veterans, the first Saturday in November, actually it's the second Saturday, I'm sorry, November 8th, 2025, will be our Veterans Day, Jacksonville Onslow Veterans Day Parade,
Mhm.
organized by Rolling Thunder, NC5. Yay, they do such an awesome job. But if you're interested, there is no fee to have an entry into this parade. It's
However,
all about honoring our veterans.
has to have a veteran theme of
Yeah.
some sort
Well,
or
it's
another.
gotta- yeah,
Military
there's-
veteran theme.
I'm talking money right now. There, you don't have to
Yeah.
pay, but you've got there is a stipulation. It has to have a flag on it, some type of veteran theme,
Mhm.
because this is about the veterans. And you know what, Rayford? Let's jump away from this a minute and let's talk about the United States flag. We saw Friday a young lady with a flag. She's using it as a cape with it tied around her neck, as a cape.
She's
I'm not going
young.
to say when
She
and where.
doesn't
She was
know.
a very young girl. She didn't know better, but man, respect the flag.
Yeah, that's not what it's for. It's not
Yeah,
a cape.
yeah.
It's not a blanket.
Yes.
It is not a decoration. It's not an advertising gimmick.
Right.
Mhm.
And we both agreed she was a young girl. She did not understand. She did not know what she
I
was
think
doing.
she probably got an education after the fact.
I think so
Think?
too.
Oh, I know so.
Because then the flag was thrown over top of a fence.
It was laid over the top of a fence
That's
before some things were getting ready to happen. She just laid it there instead
Right.
of wearing it
Right.
tied around her neck,
Yeah.
like a cape. That damage was done, but she did take it and nicely laid
Yes.
it over. Not the standard protocol, but anyway, it was not degrading. And then the wind blew it down to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, for us that are all into being patriotic, we were just like,
I had a hard time
Yes.
not content.
Yeah.
I had to stay seated.
Well, we
'Cause
had,
otherwise, I would have
right.
had to get up and go and crawl over a fence, and then the popo would have been there.
But we both agreed she
And I'd
was
have been in the
young,
news.
She
'cause
was
with
young.
The TV cameras
She
were
didn't know.
everywhere.
but it
Then
did
y'all would have been
disappoint
like,
me.
just bring me some popcorn because they didn't have any.
Well,
My disappointment was the fact that there were adults there that failed to rectify the situation before it went further. That's the only thing that bothered me.
Should have stopped it when
They should have
first
stopped
walked
it,
out.
but
Anyway, it's done. It's over.
But
It's
anyway,
over.
so if you have a nice flag that you can
And
put on your vehicle,
I'm reasonably sure that won't happen again at that kind of an event. Not with her
No.
anyway.
But Lee, you brought up a good point. You watch some of these college football games, even
Yes.
some of the professional games or any sporting events. A lot of people don't respect the flag.
No, they don't.
That's
They don't
sad.
honor it, respect it. And I'm not sure. Now, I'm going to give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt here because let's just say for a moment, a few countries that I've been in, but I cannot say I don't respect their flag. I don't respect their governments at all because we've talked about one of them this morning, Venezuela. There's nothing about Venezuela I respect as far as the government is concerned because the government is corrupt. Okay.
Right.
And the flag is the government is represented by the flag, but so are the people, and not all of the people respect the government any more than I do. You understand Venezuela? So if I go there and I happen to be caught up in the moment of whatever, and there's an event, sporting event or otherwise, and the flag comes out and all these people are going to be standing at attention perhaps and cheering the flag on, right?
Mhm.
I will pay them the respect of standing and keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I condone what goes on in their government or anything else. Neither does when they're here visiting and attending events. They don't have to honor our flag. They don't even have to respect our government.
right.
That's up to them. But behave.
Mhm.
You need to behave, children.
Well, I got to tell you, it was a very touching moment on what's today, Tuesday. Got to go do a Crime Stopper presentation to the Joseph Montford. I got to make sure I get this right. and NDRA.
Whispers out loud thinking.
NDRA, Daughters of Revolutionary American.
Daughters of the American Revolution.
Thank you. And
I met some of the mothers.
they were just wonderful group of ladies. They were honoring one lady that has been in that group for 50 years. And so we got to do a presentation about Crime Stoppers, but their whole beginning, they didn't have a large flag like this, but they had one on the table, which is just as it represents the same thing. Every one of them ladies, of course, Kathy and I did it too. With the Pledge of Allegiance.
That's what we do as Americans, y'all.
Yeah.
Now, I do not expect somebody who is not a citizen of this country or not trying to be a citizen of this country. If they're studying to be a citizen of this country, they want to be a citizen of this country, more power to them. I would expect them to honor the flag of a country that they want to be part of. Right?
Right. Yeah, most definitely.
It's like citizen in training, basically. And that should be part of the training process. But if you're visiting and you want to go to a ball game or whatever, just stand and be quiet if necessary. You don't have to pledge allegiance. You don't have to sing the national anthem along with it like some of us do under our breaths.
I used to, when I was a stadium announcer, I would make a point of saying, and remove your covers,
absolutely,
your beanies.
Yes.
For the younger people.
And anybody, I'm sorry, go ahead, Braver.
And that goes for ladies too. If you got something on top of your head,
you should
that is not other than a wig, keep your wigs on, please.
God, that would be. You'd be like, whoa.
I never do. But if you've got a hat, a cover, a cap, a ball cap, a beanie, like you said, a toboggan. Some people call them toboggan. A watch cap, for those of you who know what that is, it's a toboggan. If you've got any of those things on the top of your head, then take it off.
I tell them
cover your heart with it.
Yep. I tell them to take their hoodie off. Hoodie top.
That
brings to mind, ladies. Some of your eyelashes are longer than your hair. I mean, what is up with this new trend with eyelashes? I mean, what? You could catch flies with those things.
Yeah.
You've not seen some. Well, I mean, they're like this.
Well, that's because of the long fingernails that curl under.
God, now you make my head. Oh, and Food Lane at Williamsburg has all brand new Jacksonville shirts and hoodies and hats. Yes.
Cool.
I got a new one yesterday.
But
I did want to make a mention, if anybody's going to the Handy Mart at Henderson Drive and Western Boulevard today, that one right there at the corner, please tell them to take that flag down, put a new one up. It's all tattered and torn. Yes.
No, yeah.
Take it down. There's places that will take care of those flags for you.
That's right.
Kathy gave me one. She went to a meeting last night. She came home and said, here, another flag that needs to be burned.
Okay. Oh, wait. You're collecting them?
Yes.
I have some in my truck.
You
I will give them to you.
Got one of mine. Ours here.
Yeah, and I added 3 more to it.
We
Look, my daddy sends signals down when it's time to change my flag.
Well, hey, doggy, you woke up finally.
Hey, I know what he wants.
I know what he wants.
Yeah.
He's coming in looking for some chow. I got another punch for you, okay? U.S. agents put a bit of hurting in China's drug plans.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, really. Not enough to stop them, but enough to prove to all but the lame brain people walking among us that China is, without a doubt, up to its ears in the dope smuggling business. Yep. Not in the way you might have thought. Federal agents intercepted hundreds of thousands of pounds of 2 different precursor chemicals that are used to make methamphetamine. Shipments that were en route to the Mexican drug cartels direct from sources originating in China. 2 vessels, 2 ships were intercepted by the agents on the high seas. 1,300 barrels containing 363,000 pounds of benzyl alcohol and 344,000 pounds of, I'm going to butcher this, N-propyl methylformamide
I knew exactly what you were saying.
were seized from the two vessels in the high seas. Both
What?
chemicals are precursor chemicals that
Mm.
would have been used to produce 420,000, almost a 500 million pounds of methamphetamine.
Oh my gosh.
Good for us. That's a start. And one of our first retaliations again in China's drug war against the United States. China is waging war, y'all. You're not understanding it. They're waging war with us in a way that we have been hard pressed to prove. Instead of bombs and bullets, they use spy balloons to gather intelligence. That includes electronic methods we use in our war on drugs. They ran at least 2 that we know of. Then they ship the killer materials in raw form, ready to be packaged by the Mexican cartels, groups we have labeled as terrorists, and with the final product sold to children in these United States. After seizing the dope, I hope we took possession of the crews of those vessels, gathered all intel, information, everything they had on their comms systems, and either sent those vessels to meet up with Davy Jones or towed them back to the United States to keep us as souvenirs, the spoils of war. They're waging war against us. It's a drug war against the United States. We will flood them. We will diminish their capacities. We will make brainless idiots out of their children. They won't be able, they don't plan for a war tomorrow or next week. They plan on taking over decades into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Their current people living today will not be there when they take over this country. You understand? But our people will be just disasters. Those boats that they seized, that they took, by the way, are better described as merchant ships, trade ships. Those 1,300 barrels of precursor chemicals were inside shipping containers, just like the containers aboard the ships that call on the port of Wilmington. On a related note, the U.S. Treasury Department announced that it's sanctioning a Chinese chemical company and 2 of the company's representatives for manufacturing and coordinating shipments of illicit opioids and chemical agents to the United States. Sanctioning versus extermination. The message to Xi Jinping and other chemical companies in China should be loud and clear. What I don't understand, we did not learn about this crap over the last 6 months only. We did not find out about this happening after Donald Trump took office. It's been going on for years and years and years. No doubt we knew or suspected at the highest levels that it was happening. Did we just not want to embarrass the Chinese government or screw up trade arrangements that we had made with the Chinese? After all, as some would believe, the citizens are just trying to make a living, those poor little people in China, just trying to make a living by selling us their poison, killing us one child at a time. What now? What now? Are we going to have to pay the citizens who end up without jobs if we keep bringing pressure to bear? Are we going to have to pay them because they can't get a job in the drug business? We took away their ability to make a living. That will be the next sob story from one of our political parties and those who drank their Kool-Aid. Poor people. They're just trying to make a living. We need to let them out of jail so they can continue trying to make a living. They can't make a living while they're in jail. They can't afford to pay a bond to get out of jail. So we need to let them get out of jail so they can continue doing their bad thing. They don't have a job. You understand? They don't make legitimate money. Anything they make is stolen from somebody.
One could contend their job is killing.
Their job is killing. I don't care at what level they're at.
It's
910-333-0139. 910-333-0139.
Shortly coming up. Oh, I was getting ready to say that.
That's right. It's Chris Miller with his Down East Prep report.
Down East Prep Report.
That's right. It's
It is time called Papa Top
Papa
again. We need to get the song out.
Miller
Papa.
time.
Remember that song,
Yeah,
Papa Top
Papa
again?
Top. Sure do.
Chris, could that be your theme song?
Good morning, my friends. How's everybody doing this
Good
morning?
morning.
Good. How you doing there, superstar?
Doing good. Yeah, our good friend Steve Goodson and myself started a podcast a few weeks ago, and we did our third show yesterday, and it's picking up steam. And we had some pretty cool sponsors,
Yay.
and we're happy with. And I think I think people are really going to enjoy it. We talked high school football, but we'll be able to talk about other sports. But high school football is kind of the big thing going on. So we'll. But Rayford, we will maybe talk about some wrestling here and there.
I don't care about the wrestling. I don't care about the football. I care about the popcorn. I just want to know. I'm going to compare the popcorn at the various stadiums. Unfortunately, I've had popcorn here in Jacksonville once this year, right?
North side. Yeah, north
Yes, but it wasn't at Jacksonville.
Uh-huh.
It's north side.
Yeah. So right now they're in the lead with the best popcorn in the area. You got that? And we'll be going to several stadiums. Jacksonville High School is so far behind because they didn't have it when I got there.
Look,
at
Rayford,
halftime.
there was only one complaint I had about that popcorn. The bag wasn't big enough. It was a
it was
teeny little
round.
bag.
It was bigger than that, and
No,
besides, some
it
of
was
it
like
ended up on
this
the deck
big.
and on the floor.
Yours, not mine. Mm-mm.
Yeah, but she kicked it over.
They do. Some of those concession stands do tend to shortchange you a little bit when they start doing hot chocolate. Your favorite Rayford hot chocolate. You pay $3 for a cup, and they'll fill it up halfway, and then it won't be stirred or anything like that. So
That's to keep it from spilling on your way back up the stands, and it'll be cold anyway when you get there. So therefore, I have a solution to that.
Yes, he does.
and
I'll tell
the
you
hot
what it
dogs
is.
can be stale. The nacho chips can be stale.
Oh, you're trying to ruin it.
Well, do you have
Really?
any? How many state, Chris? Gosh, I bet you can't even. You don't even have an idea, probably, how many stadiums you've been in and high school gyms you've been in and sampled the foods.
I know all of them.
Well, to be honest, I haven't really sampled the concession stand food in a while. We try to eat before or save to eat dinner with my family afterwards. But when back in the day, that used to be your dinner a lot of times.
Yeah.
The nachos and the hot dogs, and but then things kind of got a little pricey. $2 for a hot dog or $2 for
That's
a can of soda when I can just go to the Circle K and get a 99-cent drink. But look, those schools have to make money.
Oh, well, that's the whole idea. The concession stand makes a lot of money, and I don't begrudge them for that. All right, it's either that or raise the price of tickets, which they've already done. But and yes, we do pay for our own tickets, so we're not slipping through under the cover of
No.
we're there as the press, because we're not there as the press. We're
That's
there to
right.
enjoy the game. Now, one day in the not too distant future, we may be there as the media, as representing the media. Well, you never can tell how things are going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint, hint.
Wow.
But we'll be sure to get you a background check, and believe it or not, you do have to go through a background check to get those high school credentials.
Bring it on.
So it is a little bit of a pain, but they do that because you have so many people now. I mean, you guys.
Oh yeah, I know.
You guys certainly, but you have so many people now that are masquerading just because they have a camera. They're masquerading as media, and just kind of doing they're trying to take videos and whatever, and it's just kind of you have so many people masquerading now as media, and just like wrestling masquerades as a sport, right? Lee?
Yeah, but I'm going to go back to
Good for you, Chris. Yay. You're on my team now.
No, don't think
No,
he
but
is.
I used to follow
He was being sarcastic on purpose, Rayford.
Yeah, it works. I took him for
I
real.
used to follow professional wrestling, so I guess you weren't a big fan of The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin. those were the good days around the Attitude Era. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Chris, if he saw the women wrestlers now compared to what they used to be, he would be following that sport.
I
every
saw
week.
some women wrestlers. I went to a wrestling match.
They're not like they used to be.
Recently, like Flair's daughter.
No. I was down in New Orleans in the French Quarter, and they had mud wrestling going on.
Well, funny story. I might have told you all this before, but a few years ago, probably about 3-4 years ago, when I used to have to take my little one with me to various different high school events, I told her, I said, look, you're going to have to come with me to a high school wrestling match for a little bit. And she kind of got a little excited, and she goes, "Oh, wrestling! Is that where they get to kick and punch each other?"
Oh, my.
I said, no, that's not. That's wrestling. We have to go cover some high school wrestling. And so you can imagine a little bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, I'm not going. If I'm not going to see him get hit in the face, I'm not going. No, that's no fun.
So how's football looking this weekend?
Well, unfortunately, the Jacksonville Cardinals are having what we call an open day. They don't play this week, so they're but they've done well the first 2 weeks, and coming off that big win over Northside, and next week they'll host Topsail. That's I suspect they'll have a pretty good game there, and then see how they do the rest of the way. So I think the big game that I'm doing is East DuPont at Richland, so that should be a good one.
It should be.
Somebody's there. Speaking of blood, there might be some.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I imagine that both teams are going to be very aggressive.
Very good.
Yeah, so it always is a good game between the Panthers of East DuPont and the Wildcats of Richland. So it'll be a good game. That's where I'll be. And then
Cat versus Cat.
It definitely feels weird when the Cardinals don't play.
It does. I got all psyched up, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Thank God I had popcorn last week.
Oh, yeah. It was interesting because Southwest was off last week. So they played 1 week. They're off now, the second week, and now they don't have no time off for the rest of the year.
If you were the coach here after Jacksonville's game last week, and you had 2 weeks before you had to play again, what would be your strategy? Would you have any early season maybe change-ups or maybe fine-tune a few areas there? I'm sure that you have paid some attention to the 2 games and maybe saw some areas that you would take a look at. What would you be doing during this 2 weeks of downtime?
Yeah, I think they're going to use. I think they use this week more of a let's focus on us and work on the fundamentals that we need to get better at. The blocking, the tackling, and things like that. Just making sure these guys stay in shape and don't get complacent. So you kind of focus on the things you need to get better at. And then next week is they'll keep on doing that next week, but then they'll really start focusing next week on their next opponent, which is Topsail. So that's I think traditionally that's kind of how teams have tackled having a week off, and then but we'll see how they do next week against Topsail.
I am so far from being a sports expert in anything, but I've watched a whole bunch of high school football games. Okay, I'm not an expert. I don't know. I never played the game except sandlot stuff. We used to always play, and you get hurt a lot in that stuff when you don't have all that protection, Theo. But I get hurt more playing next door in the vacant lot than I would ever have gotten hurt on the ball field, I'm sure. But I'm looking, and I think that the team last week, Northside, had paid a lot of attention to the first game that the Cardinals played this year because we did a lot of running, a lot of it right through the middle, and they put a stop to a whole bunch of us running through the middle. Did not pick up a lot of yardage going through the middle. So somebody's paying attention.
Well, and that's what the coaches. I mean, that's what makes these coaches so good is that they watch the film and they get the players to watch the film. And I mean, all this film is available now online, where kids, while they're watching their phone, can look at the plays, the game. Well, we still call it film, but it's all digital now. But you look at the replays of the game, and these coaches adjust. Okay, well, this team is good at doing this. Let's try to stop it. And so. at the end of the day, it's all a chess match. Okay, if I'm Jacksonville and I see that Northside is doing this, well, I'm going to try to stop this. Okay, well, if I'm Northside, I think Jacksonville's going to try to stop us doing this, so we're going to do this instead. So it's the pieces are always moving around, and like I said, at the end of the day, it's just a big chess match between football coaches.
Yeah. I think so, and and we did not do a lot of passing last week, and it was a lot of. You got back to the line of scrimmage. It's not a real good pass play, is it?
No, but look, it's still early in the season, and the Cardinals have had some and play some key roles. So I think Jacksonville team tends to get better throughout. Get really strong at the end of the year. So I suspect that's what they'll do again this year is just keep on getting better and better, and then be at their A game in November.
So, Chris, do you pick up on? Oh, actually, I know you already do, but I was tracking the Richlands White Oak game last week for Chris. White Oak, after every touchdown, went for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
it tells me they have nobody that can kick the extra point.
Yes, that.
But what do you think?
If you got a real good running game and you just go for it every time, the chances are if you got a really good running game and you're picking up 5 yards every time you carry the ball, that might be worth the gamble. What'd you say? Because you could pick up 3 extra point afters, and you try 3 times and you make 2 of them. You got 4 points versus 3 points that you could have made if you kicked it.
Yeah.
So I mean, there is some strategy in doing that.
Yeah, and it's if you have a really good kicker and it's almost automatic, then you go ahead and just kick that extra point. But if you have a really good running game and and the other team is kind of proven not to be able to stop you, go ahead and get that extra. Go for 2 and try to go up 8-0 instead of 7-0, and every little point counts. So I mean, there's if you score 3 touchdowns and get 3 2-point conversions, and the other team scores 3 touchdowns and makes 3 extra points, well, you win 24-21.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
And I'm no good in math, but I think I can figure that out.
You're fine when you're dealing with football and math, and so many of us are really great with math. As long as it's something that applies to something that we know about and that we're interested in, we can do it, right?
Well, and I want to let our listeners know, if on a Friday night you're at a particular game, or maybe something's up, you got something and you're at home, follow Chris on Twitter, and you'll keep up with more games than you'll be. You do an amazing job, Chris. I appreciate that.
I appreciate your help last week. That people don't realize how much help, whether it's a parent, it's a JV player, it's an assistant coach, or just somebody listening on the radio. Any help that I can get from from the community to get updates and detailed updates. Hey, we're up 7-0. John Smith just scored a touchdown. That really helps out. Me provide the recast of the games that I'm not at, and I think people appreciate that, and I think and I certainly appreciate the help that Chris and others have given me over the last several years. So keep it up, and we'll work together to try to get these kids covered.
Well, you've set up a marvelous network of people to assist you, and that's what counts. Whenever you got a group like that, because you're kind of like the only person in the sports department at the Daily News, right?
Yeah.
He's
really the only one we have around here.
So you're out there doing the job of several right up front, but being able to rely on some really cool people, that takes some organizing in the beginning. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I mean, we have 11 high school football programs here in Onslow County. Over here that I cover, the 8 in Onslow County. I do Croatan, I do East Duplin, and then of course Liberty Christian over in Richland. So that's 11. And then we have all the different private in terms of just overall schools in the area. you have the private schools, Liverwater, Liberty Christian, Jacksonville Christian. I mean, so it's if you really count it, and there's like 14 schools in my readership area. That's a good land mass, isn't it?
Well, we enjoy the coverage, so keep it up.
Well, I have one question, or one. I'd like you to set the listeners straight that don't know. What's the truth about Bill Belichick?
Bill Belichick. Oh.
Yeah.
He lost.
No, I mean, all the rumors going around last week that he'd been fired after the first game.
Oh no,
No.
He wasn't going to get fired after the first game.
Yeah.
Look, I think people who follow the Tar Heels, yeah, everybody was excited he was coming in. Everybody was excited going into the first game, but I think people deep down knew that there's a lot of work to be done.
Oh yeah,
for the North Carolina football program. So it's not going to be built overnight. Again, there's a lot of excitement, but they just didn't have the talent coming in. But hopefully they'll continue to get better and then improve and then kind of build for the future. So I think they will, and then again, we'll see how they do.
I give them 3 more games to see what kind of season they're going to have, see if they'll qualify for a bowl game. But there was a lot of hype.
Yeah, it started with a guy on Instagram named Patrick Cattler, who was very upset over the Tar Heels lost and put on there that Bill was fired after the first. He's the one that started it all, and it just went viral. See, fake news once again on social media.
Well, Chris is real news, so
of course he is. That's why we follow Chris.
They're not going to fire him after one game. Now,
especially with his credentials.
A professional soccer coach over in Europe.
They take out a hang and beat you with a stick, don't they?
He was fired after 3 games, and they won 1 game. They tied 1, and then they lost 1. So they went 1-1-1, and he still got fired. So it's a tough business in Europe when you deal with football. But here, I mean, they're not going to fire Bill Belichick after 1 game.
No.
Now, if they go 0-12 and and struggle every game, then probably maybe make a move. But they'll I think they'll get better.
Well, and plus they get to avoid some of the stronger teams this year. I think they don't play Florida State or Miami. I don't think, Chris, do they? Heels.
Wait, Florida State is. Oh, I got to give Florida State credit. If Robin App is listening, they did beat Alabama this weekend. So,
yeah, buddy. But I mean, the Tar Heels get that break this year. They don't have to face those 2 teams.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. Football season is here, or as our good friend calls it, organized.
Legalized brutality.
Legalized brutality. Yep, that's again sponsored by socialism.
All right.
Bella spaghetti.
We appreciate it, Chris.
All right, well, I'll talk to you guys next week.
Yeah, I won't see you tomorrow night. Doggone it.
Yeah.
Well, darn.
We could. I wonder where. I didn't ask where he's going to be.
He's going to be in Richland.
Richlands.
He's still in Richlands. He's going to be in Richlands.
And my windows will be open. I'll listen.
He's just going to hang out the night and be ready for Farmers Day.
What time y'all eating tomorrow?
What?
Supper.
4-ish.
Oh, it'd be perfect.
4-ish, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Robbie and Lee and I, we might just run over to your
Come
house.
on
What you
in.
having? You gonna have any popcorn?
Always have popcorn. Always. Our Knights of Columbus, I'm storing our popcorn machine that we use. It's never been used yet.
What?
Yeah, it's one of those ones you get off Amazon or something. But popcorn machine.
Oh, that
Hasn't been used yet.
Does it look like one of those red and all?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what Candy has to
Yeah.
She got one for Christmas one year.
Yeah, hadn't been used yet. It's sitting in my shop.
Huh.
I'll work on it. I'll get it going for you.
Well, you could put it in
I'll
here.
bring you popcorn tomorrow.
We could use it every Friday. We could make a bunch of popcorn and take with us and sell it.
How you gonna get that in through the security?
Oh no. We do make the popcorn here, and then I just put it in bags and we take it out there in the Jeep. And if we expand, I get a cargo trailer. We pick a whole bunch of bags out there. The very first time they don't have popcorn, at halftime again, I will be bringing bags of popcorn and I will be offering them for sale. I will have them hoisted in a bag over the fence from outside.
We're so not going to be allowed in the game anymore. I'm about to change my hair color again.
I know
Oh my gosh.
weather's coming soon, but Jennifer, I need to ask you a question if you get a chance to call in.
Jennifer, right after weather, if you're listening, get up, put your clothes on, just give us a call. The marine conditions improving yesterday as high pressure got kind of weak ahead of a cold front.
It was weak.
That was approaching the Great Lakes. It's looking fairly decent today offshore. Nice boating conditions. May, towards the end of the weekend, get a little dicey, so stay tuned for that one and pay attention to it all weekend. Offshore out to 20 nautical miles today. Great. Northeasterly winds around 5 knots. Southeasterly this afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Northeasterly winds around 5 knots.
That's you.
This afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet.
I just wanted you to hear what you sound like.
That's you. Hey,
I just wanted you to hear what you sounded like on air.
Yesterday it was
Sorry.
me. Today's
Okay,
Chris.
I'm done.
There is a northwesterly breeze blowing from my left to my right on your radio dial. Becoming
No,
southeast
don't do that.
6'2" to 4 feet.
Do
That
that.
was just terrible, wasn't it? Every 9 seconds, Sounds and Rivers flat, increasing to a light
Jennifer.
chop this afternoon. Friday, tomorrow, southwesterly winds 5 to 10, southerly in the afternoon, seas 2 to 3, Sounds and Rivers a light chop. On Saturday, southeasterly winds 5 to 10, 2 to 3, Sounds and Rivers a light chop. Sounds good. Keep your eye on the changing conditions possible if you're out there offshore.
And today is going to be sunny with a high near 87. Calm winds becoming south 5 to 7 miles per hour in the afternoon. Tonight, clear with a low around 66. Friday, sunny with a high near 90. Friday night's going to be beautiful for Friday night football with lows dropping to around 69. Saturday, sunny with a high near 91. And Sunday, a chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny with a high of 85.
That wasn't me.
I said showers and thunderstorms, and Shockwave got mad.
Wow. Where did that come from?
Well, I think I'll
You
get
looked
up
at
and
me.
just take him in.
Okay, hey, Jennifer, I got a question for you, Jennifer. Before Chris to my immediate left, to my northwest here, takes over the conversation.
Okay.
When we've got calm winds, how do you have a calm wind? Is a calm wind no wind?
Breeze.
Is calm wind no wind?
No, it's
So-
just light wind.
So
A
if you have,
breeze.
there is a light breeze as opposed to a heavy breeze.
Yeah.
So if there is
It's
no
like partly cloudy and partly sunny.
so if there's no breeze, what kind of wind do we have?
heavy.
According to the Weather Bureau that we keep reading about, and that Lee keeps saying, if there is no breeze, it's calm. But if it's no breeze, then there is no wind. So how can you have calm wind?
Jennifer, then I'll keep following Jennifer because my aunt, God rest her soul, she lived upstate New York. She goes, I get so tired of hearing the weatherman going, light snow, heavy snow. What's the difference? Snow is snow.
That's been my questions about partly sunny, partly cloudy. What's the difference?
Jennifer
Right.
mentioned that. You were taking
Yeah.
Irritating.
It's so weird. I was just making me a cup of coffee and was going to call y'all and tell you my funny little football story from last weekend. And you said, Jennifer, I thought, well, okay.
We have a camera in your place and a microphone. We heard you thinking.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You didn't do
So
that.
what's up?
Jennifer, Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yes,
Are you close to that?
I am about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Is it pretty about September, October?
October.
Oh, it's beautiful. But yeah, I mean, the trees are actually already, you can see just little tinges when you look out.
Mhm.
You can see them starting to turn.
Especially the higher elevations now.
Okay.
October 15th is generally, if it's dry, a perfect time of year to go.
Okay. Kathy and I are coming that way.
Mm.
Or we're going that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're going.
Now I was calling in for two things. Of which Gatlinburg is. Gatlinburg, go to Cades Cove, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge.
Oh.
I mean, it's very Pigeon Forge. Back in the day when I was young, when Dollywood was still Silver Dollar City, Pigeon Forge was one of those places that you just kind of went through on your way to Gatlinburg. But it's not like that anymore. I mean, it's just absolutely took off and just huge. But it's very, very pretty, and they really do up the decorations and everything. It's nice.
There was
and they've opened a lot of the parkway, the Blue Ridge Parkway. A lot of it has been opened back up.
take some extra time and drive it.
Very good. I'm
A
glad.
lot of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. There at Cage Cove and Pigeon Forge, there used to be a little, you could go into this old house. It was a homestead type of house, small house there, open for the public to look at and go in. And there was a big old pasture across the little dirt road. I think it was a dirt road in front of this old homestead house. Did you ever get out and look
In
at
Cades Cove?
I think it's Cades Cove, yeah. But that pasture across the road, it had 1 or 2 or 3, 5 trees in the whole pasture, and that field was probably 100 acres or something. So it was a big chunk of land.
Mm-hmm.
And I was over there shooting photos and did pictures of the house and everything. But then I looked out there and I said, "Holy mackerel, where did they come from?" I counted 21.
Bear?
No, deer. I counted 21
Deer.
in my photograph. I did a wide shot. There were 21 deer grazing right across the street from me. And I got so hungry.
Well, I got to ask before Jennifer does her football story. Any good golf courses around there?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Call them horse pastures. But
Now, I was going to tell y'all, it was so funny this past Friday. So I'm in here and I'm, of course, doing my thing. I'm working on wreaths because this is my busy time, getting ready for all these fall craft shows. But Terry has hearing aids. His hearing aids have Bluetooth. So he pairs his hearing aids. So if he's sitting there listening to something on his phone, I don't hear it.
Right.
It goes right straight, So he is listening to the Jacksonville Northside game. But we are live streaming the local Dobbins Bennett game right here in Kingsport on the TV on YouTube.
That's confusing.
And so I would be in here, I'm working on a wreath, and then Terry would go, "Yeah, right," or whatever, and I'd be like, "Who is it?"
Well, he has been possessed.
So he would have, and I would turn around and I would look at the TV, and I'd be like, "Lonesome bit." He's like, "No, Jacksonville," or "No, it's whoever." So that has been the big. So I've enjoyed being able to. It was really nice being able to watch the local game just right here on the TV, and it's going to be They played Asheville last Friday, and then they're going to play Gate City, Virginia this Friday, which that's a big rivalry because Gate City's just a spit away from here, so it's kind of like Jacksonville and Northside, where everybody's right there together. And I thought about Chris, and I wanted to ask, does your wreath across America, your part that you do y'all have a Facebook page?
Yes, ma'am. It's
okay.
We just started kind of condensed it to wreaths honoring veterans is the group page.
Okay.
And then we have wreaths honoring our fallen veterans is also on there. And it has the links.
Okay.
It has the links. Thanks for asking, Jennifer.
Well, I had noticed, up here it's I think it's Mountain Home, Tennessee, or I think it's what it's called. But anyway, it's in Johnson City. But I noticed that somebody had put a post on Facebook thanking. They had like a food truck rally, and all the proceeds had gone to the wreaths, and then they had something at one of the big flea markets and different. And then they're having the Rolling Thunder ride, I think, is coming up this weekend. And I had seen stuff like that pop up on Facebook where it had been shared up here. And I thought, well, I want to ask Chris if they have a Facebook page where if you have fundraisers like that, if you post, what's going on. And
yes, ma'am, we do.
Everything.
Yes, ma'am. We just actually just got a new digital creator that's helping with our new page, the shorter
going to Steve.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And but thank you so much for asking. Reach Across America, all throughout the United States, just wonderful organization, wonderful people.
Oh yeah.
And the wreaths like yours are handmade. And that's the beautiful part of it. There's 10 sections of it, and each section of that wreath has a special meaning. So it's real cool, real cool. By the way, tell Terry when he's listening to the Cardinal games, our guys, if you listen to the game, means the Cardinals have the ball, and their guys means the other team has the ball.
Well, he knew that. I didn't. I was in here closer to the kitchen working on a wreath, and so I would walk over here in front of the TV every chance I got and see what DB was doing. Dobbins Bennett, everybody calls it DB. But he's listening, and it was me getting confused. He knew what he was listening to, but he would be vocal about it. And so I would think that it was somebody up here on the local team scoring, but no, it would be, he would say, "We just scored," and I'd be like, "Which we?" Is it we Jacksonville, or is it we Dobbins Bennett who scored?
In defense of local radio, the we and the they and the we, us and theirs and all that sort of good stuff. Local radio covering sports are unabashedly, wonderfully this way, loyal to one team or the other. Mm-hmm. They are covering a team. That is what they do. Ours means it's ours. If you don't know who ours is.
And of course, we're watching Dobbins Bennett, and I mean, they've got, it's like watching Dobbins Bennett's kind of like watching, they've got the big box with the men sitting up in there, and you can see the ones in the back, and they're talking about this, and that, and the other, and I mean, it's a huge football stadium. I think it holds like 5,000, something like that.
Oh,
but the press box and
we got some work to do.
Oh, it's big. You can lead all into the YouTube and YouTube Dobbins Bennett High School in Kingsport, Tennessee.
You know what? Maybe we should just take it upon ourselves to get us a couple of TV cameras. I mean, I can provide that kind of coverage. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
And I've got one broadcast camera still left over here. It's only got a few hours on it. I've never used it. But we could put about 3 cameras up. And with 3 cameras up in the stadium, by the way, don't ever shoot football live from down on the field. No. You can have a cutaway camera, but the people have no idea what's going on. The reason I perch myself up high, you can get some up close and personal action for still pictures and stuff. Yeah. But no, you need to see the big picture.
I think, and I want to say something to what Jennifer was talking about, listening to a football game on the radio. Sometimes those announcers forget that we can't see what they're seeing.
Did you see that? That was a great play, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Huh?
Or, oh yeah, he just did this and he just did that. Who did it? What happened? And I get frustrated with that.
Radio play-by-play is wonderful. I listen to radio stations I go to a town because I'm curious. I look at a town, whoever we're going to be playing, or another team here is going to be playing, because I'm kind of curious when I'm not at the game, and I will go and I'll find out which radios, what stations are in the town, and one of them is going to be promoting on the Facebook or wherever. They're going to be promoting the fact we're going to be live Friday night at So or they'll call themselves the Cardinal radio station or the
Rams,
the Rams, whatever station, and when they do it, I will go online and find that station and listen to them. It is so interesting, not knowing anything about it, is to listen to something like that. I am a fan of high school football. Okay,
so
I'd rather watch a live Cardinal game than to watch on TV the Super Bowl. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, now Terry and I are now. He'll listen, and when we were over in Jacksonville, he would always listen on the radio, listen to the Jacksonville game. And now that we're up here, he listens to the Jacksonville game, and then we'll watch the Thomas Bennett game. And we're all high school and college. I don't give a flip about professional football. It's never interested me. I don't care. But give me some Tennessee college football all day long, and poor little old Alabama. Oh, bless their little old heart. They had the tails handed to them this past week.
Tails, they got the whole head to toe.
Me to death. But and UT's playing at home, and see, Knoxville's only, hour and a half or so away from us.
University of Tennessee's there? An hour and a half
University of Tennessee is in Knoxville. Neyland Stadium, and this week
I think I may have a nephew that's over University of Tennessee. Is it some Tennessee school? Second year.
This week, this Saturday, University of Tennessee, my Vols are playing the ETSU, which I actually attended, East Tennessee State University in Johnson City. So Johnson City's like 17 miles from us, and UT is right there in Knoxville. So it's going to be a big game.
It'll be a big game. I'm going to have to take the Volunteers by 28.
Oh, Lord,
I'm taking Volunteers, of course.
Yeah.
But
28-point difference.
Yeah.
I probably need to take a bet, don't I? If it's that good, I need a bet on it. I need some money for computers.
They've even got a Manning on the team. And
they didn't feel that.
I saw what somebody put a meme on Facebook, and it was Eli and Peyton Manning standing beside each other, and Eli looks at Peyton and goes, "He was adopted."
Yeah. He just, bless his heart, he had to play the Buckeyes for his first game. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Oh, poor baby. Oh, well.
But anywho, that was my football story, and I wanted to check on Race Across America.
Well, thank you, Jennifer.
We will
check our Facebook page. I put the link for that Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Jennifer,
all right.
Best to Terry. Y'all take care.
All right.
Have a blessed day. There is NFL football starts tonight. America's team is going to Philadelphia. It's America's
who's
team.
Playing tonight?
America's team, Dallas. Dallas at Philadelphia.
Yeah, okay.
Well, since the Cowboys can't play the Indians anymore or the Redskins anymore, that was a letdown. Since
Trump is supposed to be getting that
changed
back.
He is trying to get it changed back to what it was.
Is it the president's place to do that?
No.
I don't care whose place it is. Change it back.
I know, but
we all grew up knowing them as skins.
Why not just...
Well, they're trying to get I call them the vagabonds, okay? They play in one city. They're named after one city. And they they play games in a different city. So 3 different cities. They were trying to get the team back at RFK. That's why I call them the vagabonds. But
Or
You know,
aren't they trying to fire RFK? A bunch of people want RFK to retire.
Well, yeah, Junior. Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, yeah. He sounds like a coach sometimes after a game.
Yeah, some of these states are getting ready to form their own coalition and make like their own CDC now because of RFK, and it's a mess. It's always
You got too
mess.
many
It's a
officials
mess,
here.
mess, mess.
RFK, CDC.
There's Joy to the world.
MOUSE.
Yeah.
Joey, can you sing the Mickey Mouse song? I'll start you out. MICKEY. Joy. Where'd Joey go?
I'll have to
Joy?
finish it then. MOUSE.
Joey to the world.
Mickey Mouse. Donald Duck. Mickey Mouse.
MOUSE.
Tell us about a delayed reaction. That audio is straight from the moon. 12 seconds later.
Well, my phone. I was on a different phone because I was going to tell you about the characteristics of calm wind.
Okay, let me talk to you about that. You talk to me and spell.
I'm not doing the weather report ever again.
Spell me the difference between a light breeze and a calm wind.
I'm not doing
Listen
it
to
anymore.
Yes, dear.
No air motion. The defining feature is the absence of noticeable wind. Hello?
What?
Here's an example. Vertical smoke drift. If you observe a smoke plume or something similar, it will rise up without any horizontal movement. Third, in coastal areas, a calm wind is associated with a calm, flat sea surface with no wavelets.
Okay. I understand the plume of smoke going straight up, but it can go up to a certain point where the winds are up there.
Then it hits the ionosphere.
So that's where it bounces back
Well,
from radio
I
waves.
have a fourth one.
Okay, give it to me.
No air motion
The
is when people
stratosphere.
pass gas and wind, and there's no air motion, but it doesn't smell good sometimes.
That is not calm wind. There's nothing calm.
That's a bad stomach.
That might be that high school football. Hot dog.
Those beans and high school.
I guess
Oh,
we're all Cardinals, so I guess it explains why we're the way we are, I guess.
We're just not right. We're just not right.
Hey, that's the best way to be, not right.
I like it.
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends over here. A
As
majority
long
of
as we are, it don't matter as long as we're friends, whether we like it or not. Huh?
whatever. You don't like
But
it,
it's
get off the sidewalk.
stupid when you think about. I was been contemplating about calm wind, and Jennifer was talking about football, and I was like, "This is there's no air motion." I'm thinking, "Hello."
I look at the tree out there and it's not moving, and I get a report that we got a calm wind. No, a calm wind
It's
is no.
less than 3 knots.
A calm wind is no wind.
And
Zero
here we
wind.
go with the knots.
There's a big thing about all these.
Why
knots
can't we
and
do
all this.
miles per hour?
If you have a 3-knot wind
Oh, good.
in
Lord.
miles per hour, how much is that?
Well, it says a calm wind is defined by a lack of air
5.1.
movement through the exact speed. Threshold varies depending on the context, from less than 1 knot or less than 0.3 ms on the Beaufort scale.
Is that
less
Beaufort or
than
Beaufort?
3 knots or less than 1.5 ms in the U.S. aviation.
This is how I'm going to start doing
A
weather.
calm wind by smoke plume
Joy,
rising straight up with no drift.
Joy, this is how I'm going to start doing weather. Today, it might be sunny. It might be 86. Tonight,
And
it
it might not.
might be 69. It might be nice. Friday, it might be sunny. It might be 89.
And it might
It
not.
might be calm winds, or it might not be any winds because it's calm winds. But I don't know. Good luck on that one, Lee.
Okay, Lee, you got your pen and paper over there?
Is that? I was going to ask you. Is that part of her test?
I know.
It will be now.
Knots and.
No, that's on my spotter training.
If I've got a 40-knot wind blowing, what is that in miles per hour?
40 knot. Is it 1.2 times 1.2?
She remembered it.
Yeah, I
See?
think it says 1.5. Well,
No, it's 1.2 times the number of the
42 out
knots.
of 40 would be
0.2 times 40 is
0.2 times 40 is 0.80. So it will be 40
No, he's
knots.
taking a math class.
Good
40,
Lord.
40 knots is 48 miles
It's a
an hour.
tropical storm.
We're
Yeah.
talking about 0 point something as a
Yeah.
calm wind. That's, knots.
Okay. Well,
Be 40,
Let's enjoy
48
it.
miles
No
an
wind
hour.
is not knots. It's no knots.
Exactly. So
Aye.
that would be calm wind.
well, Joy.
So if it's calm, it's not a wind.
and Joy, what's the,
Wind is a motion of air, right?
I'm not feeling very calm at the moment.
Joy? What's the, Joy? What's the
Yes,
difference
Chris.
between light snow and heavy snow?
Stop.
So I just
Okay,
pounds.
light snow in the south or in the north?
Yes.
East or west?
What direction are we headed?
Well, there's wet snow, and that's heavy. There's light snow, and it's not heavy. It's not wet.
But snow is wet.
True.
No. So
And here in
if it's
Jacksonville, we would say light snow would be heavy snow because we don't get it.
1 inch of snow is like a blizzard here.
I think there's some
Exactly. So it
wine
depends,
or
Chris, I
something in
guess,
the
on
refrigerator.
what location you live in, whether it's light or heavy. I would say heavy snow is where you can't really see anything. I don't know.
I thought that was
Well,
a whiteout.
Yeah, that's well. Don't bring any chuckles. I have research already this morning.
She's worked
I'm
hard
thinking
on
light
this now.
snow would be. We're here in Jacksonville. You follow Buster Heine.
Do what?
Buster Heine.
You need to start calling in at 7:20 every morning to get the weather report. I resign.
So that
for you,
is
Joy.
my help for your calm wind, which gives you no really answer to what a calm wind is.
I would like a second opinion. Would you ask Donald?
I will. Okay.
Because I can just imagine Donald explaining it.
I'm going to ask him when I see him today. I'm going to ask him. I'll let you
So
know what he says.
I'd like to know what an ill wind is at the same time. You've heard of coming
I've
in.
heard, yeah.
Boy, that wind
Ill
is so ill today.
Yeah.
That's when your hair stands up and your eyes slant
No, that's
back
humidity.
like that's wild.
I can always tell you what category hurricane it's going to be by my hair. If it's a 5,
Exactly.
it's like, wow.
Exactly.
I can usually tell you how cold
well,
it
y'all
is.
have a good day.
You too, Joy.
Sorry I
Stop
couldn't add any more, but that's all I can help with for right now.
Thank you, Joy.
You've done good.
Yeah. Have a blessed
Blessings
day.
to you.
Bye, Joy.
Y'all have a good
You
one.
too.
You too. Take
Bye.
care.
Okay, thanks.
Wow. Okay.
We covered news, sports.
Well, I got some more news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
we're not going to provide protection for 250,000 Venezuelans that the Biden administration promised to do back in 2021. 250,000.
Oh, wow.
Allowed the 250,000 to come in here. Where was I? And likely to you when this came about. 2021, what happened? How did this happen? U.S. taxpayers paying to protect 261,000 Venezuelans. Why? Well, I'm going to try to explain from after reading the logic. Have you ever noticed that there's not a whole lot of logic when they talk about logical things? Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those were told that we would allow them to hang around. They were. We were going to let them hang around here. Don't ask me why. It's just a fact. That's what was decided. Come on over. While they were here, the protection plan prevented law enforcement from taking any action against them. Presidential orders. Back in April, the 2023 so-called TPS, Temporary Protection Status Plan, was terminated. And about 350,000 Venezuelans were told that they were no longer being protected and they needed to get the heck out of the United States. So it seems that this other 2021 TPS, Temporary Protection Status Plan, the Federal Bureau of Investigation found that some Venezuelan officials likely facilitated the migration for members of the violent criminal Tren de Aragua gang
Oh, you're getting good at that.
Yeah.
from the South American country to the United States. There were Venezuelan officials helping to send, as part of the then president's protection plan, send thousands upon thousands of Venezuelans here. Mixed among that crowd were TDA members, gangsters. So let me understand. We allowed an underground, sneaky program to infiltrate this country with hundreds of thousands of unvetted foreigners, right? Because they were. They were not vetted when they were allowed to come in here. Pretty much an invasion force, in my opinion, likely with a long-range goal of opening drug distribution lines, which we have seen that happen, likely with a plan to sabotage our infrastructure. We know there are plans in place. We've interfered with some of those plans, and to interfere with our elections, to overload law enforcement agencies. We've seen both of those things happen, and there are those among you who don't find anything wrong with this. Really? Okay, I know your argument. Where's your proof? You have no proof. Not personally, I don't. Been a long time since I was in Venezuela. I can't go back there. Cuba, we knew, was a pawn of Russia back in the day. Remember that? They did nothing but what the Russians told them to do. Strategically located 90 miles from Key West, a perfect launching pad for missiles. Do you remember the missiles crisis? Yep. And an invasion force. Perfect launching pad, 90 miles of ocean to cross, and you're on U.S. soil. Got interrupted, thank goodness. But Cuba, as President Kennedy called it, and its leaders, communists one and all, were more concerned about controlling the Cuban people. So the Cuban leader said, well, we're not real jazzed about helping Russia in this plan anymore. Venezuela, on the other hand, corrupt, vicious, murdering scum for leaders. Makes Castro look almost human. These days, the poor, deaf, dumb, and blind American mice that many of us have become are such easy targets. At least you'll serve as some obstacles as the enemies of this nation start their move to take over. You'll get in their way. You won't be armed to do anything about it. You won't know what to do. You'll just be run over. But it'll slow them down long enough for us to draw a bead on them. That's going to be the purpose that you blind mice are going to be providing this country. To slow down the enemy. Because it's coming. We all know it's coming. They have been infiltrating us for so long. Venezuela, they're coming through Venezuela to get here. Mm-hmm. Coming through Venezuela, down to the South American area, further down, across into Central America, right on up through Mexico. Stop and pick up some drugs as you're coming through so you can make some money when you get here and send some money back to the cartel.
So it all comes down to is the cartels.
It's all coming back down to the cartels that are the ruling part of everything south of the United States. They are the rulers. Did you know that Colombia has become a much safer place? Even with all the dope and stuff that was, we went in under devious means and we did things that had to be done and should have been done before. It's not as bad as it was. It's not, Colombia is not the capital now of the drug operations. It's all those other outlying countries, the small little countries out there that are doing it. They're all channeling up through Mexico. They're bringing in illegals. They're coming to their countries legal because it's okay, coming in from China, coming in from Turkey, coming in from other places with nefarious leaders.
You know, I found it interesting when people were talking about what's coming in from Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, people look at the United States, the map of the United States and how far Canada goes across and how many actually places they can come in.
Yeah, they come in. And a lot of the cartels, there was a great documentary. This is real documentary stuff. Great documentary showing that coming out of Mexico, going with these really extravagantly built submarines. They're submarines because they float below the surface. Mm-hmm. They got towers above the water. Many of them are unmanned, remote controlled. They're bypassing the United States. They used to be caught right off the U.S. and because they were bringing drugs in.
Mhm.
Now they're going up to Canada. And the drugs are delivered into Canada. They don't have the stopping grounds like we have. They don't have the Coast Guard working their waters like we have along the west coast of the United States. Coast Guard stays in pretty close. These vessels are going up and around. You can't even see them from ship level. Their radar picture is virtually non-existent. So that's why they're, thank God, using some of the Navy AWAC planes. Those have got overhead flying radar, the big domes on top. They can see these things.
Right.
And then we go after them. And the tons of dope that we're getting, how amazing. But then they got people that fly into Canada from other places that they handle the drugs over there, and then they bring them on down into the United States from the northern border. That's why Trump has been so screaming about Canada. You need to take care of the problem before he gets here. Don't become another Mexico.
If we could only just tell the children, don't try it. Don't try it.
Yeah, just say no, please. It's an easy thing.
Remember
to
that
do.
campaign?
Yeah, just say
we
no.
need to get back to.
Just say no. It's
A lot of
going.
things.
It's going to kill children. Those parents out there, you need to sit down and do like I saw on a show one time. It was a Marine. It was obviously made for TV. It was a TV program. In fact, I think it was called The Lieutenant. It's a short-lived TV series, and they got word to go into they got called up to go into a campaign, right?
I think it's
Okay, Joy, if that's you, hold on for just a second. But anyway, the lieutenant had all of his men standing up there and giving them a lecture about this is the first time you've ever been in combat, so stand by for that. I want you to look to your left. Look at the man standing beside you. Some of those people will not be with us when we come back.
That's right.
They're going to be dead.
That's right.
Children, I want you to stand up. Your parents need to tell you, stand up in your classroom and look at all of the kids that you start the first, second, third, fourth, fifth grades with, and go ahead and figure that 10% of them are going to die before they graduate, or whatever number we can go back and pull them, how many children die every year. Y'all need to do that because you need to realize that this is real life out there, and this is real life and death. And those people out there with all that stuff they're trying to give you, sell you, or whatever, they don't care about you. They don't care if you die. They don't care if your body is ever found. And that's what the real world is about these days. Sorry. Hey, Joy, on a better note.
On a better note, we are not going to be able to stop drugs from coming into this country.
Nope.
Ever. Ever, never, ever. Not only that, we have people that are in this country that can make drugs at home.
They do.
I mean, even meth, you can make, there's so many things you can do, but we're never, ever going to be able to stop. Now, we can keep it at bay, but there's no way we're going to stop drugs from coming into this
The one
country.
thing about making meth at home is generally, after a period of time, the people that are making meth, they're not really brilliant people. They're not the organized criminals out there that know how to have a production line, and they generally blow themselves up at some point in time. No loss. Just put the fire out and be done with it. That's the way I look at it.
You can make meth in a liter bottle. Have you heard that before?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of stuff that, it's just horrible. Most people, several young people that I know have died from overdoses.
Yep.
And then they've come out with this new drug now, what's it called, Nazine, something like that. That's worse than fentanyl.
Yes,
they're lacing with oxycodone, I guess.
Ma'am.
I'm not for sure which one.
That's it.
But it's just going to continuously be there. And the sad part is, you've got to teach your children, and then at that point, you can only teach them, and they have to make that choice. And the sad part is, in the end, it usually ends up death or prison.
Yep.
Usually.
Yep.
But I can't see of stopping drugs from coming from the cartels into this country. I might be wrong, but that's my opinion on wind and drugs.
Okay. Now, the wind. Did you get another response about wind?
I didn't get him yet. I'm trying to.
Okay.
But I'm not going to have time. It's going to be very interesting to hear his answer, especially when I look at it.
Okay.
I ask you. Y'all have a good one.
Have a
All right,
blessed
thank you.
day.
I just want
Got
you to
some
know,
news here.
Rayford, that your sister is like, what are you all talking about?
Well, she's out there.
No, she's laughing.
She's out there.
Any little joy and
La La
happiness.
Land.
Don't do that, Suzanne.
Got something for you here in Oslo. The Consolidated Human Services Building, 612 College Street here in Jayville, is temporarily closed today due to mechanical issues. Somebody forgot to change the oil. Is that what that means? I don't know.
Water?
This closure affects all services provided by the Onslow County Health Department and the Department of Social Services.
Ooh.
It won't be able to go there today. I don't know how long this is going to be. The situation will be reassessed throughout the day, and the building will reopen as soon as the issue is resolved. I wonder what this issue is.
What's happened?
It's a mechanical issue of some sort or another. Mechanical issues, plural.
Well, it's not Wi-Fi.
Well, water, sewer, something, power. I don't know if there's.
I'm sure they got power
I
back
got
of it.
questions.
I've
I'm
got
curious.
questions too.
But anyway, suffice it to say,
Don't.
if you've got business at the building, the social services building, the health department, you don't
Don't go there for a shot
Nope.
today.
Nope.
I'm riding down there right as soon as I leave.
I know you
I
are.
want to know what's going on.
Well, get back with us. Put it out there on our Facebook as soon as you do.
Mhm.
Get out
Anyway.
and say, what's going on here? I
What
demand
is
to know. I'm
going
a sovereign
on? I
citizen,
want to
and
know.
this is my building.
That's
I pay
right.
taxes. I want to know about it.
Interesting.
Good luck.
Interesting.
I want a sovereign. Anyway.
No, don't start
John
that.
Legato and I have been talking. We're hatching a plan.
Oh my goodness.
Two of the most devious minds in Onslow County are together. They're,
Anyway, so
you need to spend all weekend
I
long
will.
at the Infinite Prod.
I'll be there all weekend.
We're gonna need your help. Have a great rest of your day, y'all. Tomorrow is
Have a blessed
Friday,
day.
and we have not a clue what's going on. We didn't know what's going on today. We'll make up something.
It was fun.
what do they call that? An exorcism? Yeah.
Yeah.
You better go study.
Okay.
An exercise and exorcism. Say that 3
He
times.
needs to go study.
You
You go
gotta
study. Yeah, you
you
need
gotta
to go
be
study.
studying.
Yeah.
I am.
Tomorrow morning, I'm giving you a test on the air.
Go take your pre-test test.
You have stressed me out so bad over this. I may have to wait another month to calm down.
It
before I
will
take
be
it.
2 months because they only do it every other month.
Well, that's not right. I can go somewhere else and take it.
Yeah, you can go to Pender County or you can go to Washington, D.C.
Hey,
Good luck.
here in Washington,
safe.
here I come.
It's
No,
safe.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Phew, it'll be fine.
It will be fine. It's going to be better than good. It's going to be so easy when you get through it. You say, "Boy, that was an easy thing."
Yeah.
I suspect you're going to miss 2 questions at the most out of 35.
It's not bad. That's an A.
That's lower than the average of what I've been missing. I mean, I've been passing, but I'm not comfortable. I want to know what I'm
The
saying.
universe is speaking to you now. Are you listening to me?
Ooh.
The universe is
Stop.
speaking. You're only going to get the questions that are from that. What is it? 500 questions I got available. You're only going to get the questions on your test that you know.
What
Without
kind
a
of cake
problem.
does Carol like? Dale,
Do
Carol,
not
what kind of cake do you like?
not try to bribe.
It's
the
already been back.
examiner.
No, I know.
You can't.
I would never do that. Chocolate?
We're still trying.
Okay, tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah,
I think,
thank
again,
goodness.
And we'll come up with something. And please encourage if you got something you would like us to talk about or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you got something to offer, feel free to call us.
Yeah, we have a lot of stories right here in North Carolina happening right now. And We didn't get time to get to any of them, but that's okay.
And
We still have
politics is heating
tomorrow.
up.
And politics is
It's
heating
after
up.
Labor Day, so
Yes.
now it's off to the
Oh,
races.
yes. It's off to the races. Starting to heat up.
We're going to start taking a look at the municipal races here in Onslow County.
Yes, we are.
I've
I've got a lady that's running for town council in Richlands that
oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna do my best today to talk to her to
Please.
see if we can get her. I love her personality,
got it.
and I would love to have her in
And you're
here.
going to get the calendars up to date so that I'll know what we
I've
got
already
scheduled.
done that.
Okay,
I did that already. I did it for you,
Thank you.
and I
did
know
it
we
for
have
us.
a few candidates that said they want to come back in
Yeah.
and talk
Now,
about.
for you candidates out there too, we've got you coming in for other purposes, but
Right.
if you want to buy an advertising schedule, now would be the time to do it. because
Absolutely.
We're not like the regular broadcasters. When we run out, we run out. And we're just not going to overload our system
Right,
with
right,
commercials.
right.
Yep, got it? So, and they're reasonably priced. And and all of them will run during
Yeah.
this show.
That's right. That's right.
That's what we do.
And
And,
you can,
and come in as many times as you want down and sit down with us and be a part of our show.
and they can cut it themselves.
They can cut it themselves.
Or-
We'll record it right here, and your voice will be the
Chris will
voice
sing.
that they hear.
Yeah.
Chris will do background.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
God bless America.
Are we allowed to say God on our show?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the county commissioners aren't allowed to have a prayer.
Go ahead. Try to stop it.
We didn't. Chris and I really didn't get into our thoughts on that. Maybe we'll have time to do it tomorrow. But I'm gonna tell you what, it burned me up, and I am so offended by this one person attending the meeting, every single meeting, and saying what they're saying.
Maybe she will swarm our gate one day.
I'm
Come
offended
in
by
here.
it, and I know I'm not the only one, but I just don't understand why it can't be stopped.
Yeah, if you want to be offensive and come in here, and even if you're not religious, if you're opposed to
Right.
religion, if you just don't like religion, that's okay. But you might want to learn the Lord's Prayer because you might need it when you get in here.
Our Father who art in heaven.
You're live and local, real talk. We're always awake, not woke. See you in the morning. Bye, y'all. Be safe, please. We want to have you around tomorrow.
Have a blessed day.